She waited 20 years for a man who never returned. Full story. The village remembered her as the woman who lived between hope and silence. Her name was Oma, soft-spoken, gentle, and known for the way she looked toward the eastern hills as if waiting for someone only she could see. People said she had the kind of beauty that wasn't loud, the kind that lived in her eyes and in the way she cared for others. 20 years earlier, she had been just a girl of 18, standing beneath the old baobab tree with the man she loved, Kwame. He was young, brave, and full of dreams larger than the village. When the war broke out, he was one of the first to volunteer. Before he left, he held her hands and said, "I will return. Wait for me." And she believed him with her whole heart. Kwame placed a simple silver ring on her finger, promising it would be replaced with a wedding band when peace returned. She gave him a letter she wrote in trembling handwriting, promising her love, her patience, and her faith. But the letter never reached him. He marched away, swallowed by the dust of distant roads, unaware that the world he was stepping into would swallow him whole. Oma waited. She waited through rain that washed the village roads clean. She waited through harmattan winds that cracked the earth. She waited through seasons that changed people, landscapes, and fortunes. But the only thing that didn't change was her devotion. Every morning, she dressed as though Kwame might appear that day. Every evening, she lit a lamp in her window, a small, hopeful signal in case he returned after dark. People urged her to move on. "Oma, 20 years is a long time," they would say. But she simply smiled. "I made a promise." She kept the ring. She kept her vow. She kept her hope alive like embers that refused to die. Then one harmattan morning, everything changed. A group of researchers came to the village, collecting stories from families affected by the old war. Among them was a former soldier, now elderly, limping, but with eyes that had seen too much. When he heard Oma's name, he froze. He asked to meet her. Oma, now older but still carrying the quiet glow of loyalty, welcomed him into the small home she had kept for decades. The man removed his cap, his voice trembling. "I knew you're Kwame." Oma's breath caught. After 20 years, someone finally spoke his name. He explained that Kwame had fought bravely but fell in a distant village. Before he died, he whispered one request. "If you ever return home, tell Oma I kept my promise in my heart." Oma didn't cry loudly. She only closed her eyes, letting the truth settle like a stone in deep water. The soldier then pulled something from his bag, a weather-stained envelope, sealed but unread. Oma recognized it instantly. A letter. The one Kwame never received. Her hands shook as she opened it. The ink had faded, but the words still carried the softness of a young girl in love, promising to wait for him, no matter how long it took. 20 years later, her promise still stood. Later that evening, villagers found Oma sitting by her window, the lamp glowing beside her, her old ring still on her finger, the open letter resting on her lap. Her breathing had grown still. She had waited until she could wait no more. But they said her face carried a peaceful smile, the smile of someone who finally understood that love, even when lost, never really lives. Her story spread through the region, a reminder of devotion in a world that changes too quickly. A reminder that some hearts love only once, but love so deeply that time itself bends around it. And on quiet nights, when the wind passes through the village, The old women say it carries her whisper. Some promises last longer than life.